Do education and training programs on how to handle mentally ill inmates reduce recidivism in the prison or jail systems? By Kiara Hosendorf and Erica Gumby.
Significance overview. There are various programs in place on how to deal with mentally ill inmates in jails and prisons. These programs are used at various facilities, but have not been universally accepted as successful thus far. Our hypothesis is, do programs for mentally ill inmates in prisons and jails have a positive effect on recidivism of said inmates? The results of this research will tell these facilities and program facilitators what needs to remain the same, what needs to be changed, and what needs to be considered invaluable in the future of these programs.
Definition of serious mental illness. Hear voices, has confused or illogical thinking, has delusions, for example, that are being pursued or that they are not who they really are, behaves bizarrely or inappropriately, has repeated periods of severe depression or mood swings, usually accompanied by confusion or illogical thinking. 95.7% of jails report having at least one inmate with a serious mental illness. 31.3% of large jails report that at least 16 of their inmates have a serious mental illness. Only 1.7% of these jails reported that these inmates do not pose a serious risk to their facility or other inmates.
In the 1970s, the decision to close state-run and operated mental facilities was made. This left many people suffering with mental illness homeless and without families for help. Many of them ended up in prisons and jails out of desperation. Most inmates are not properly diagnosed with a mental illness when they are booked into a correctional facility, leading to many more problems in the future. The issue then becomes the burden of the medical facilities within the prison, which are one of the first areas to receive funding cuts in a financial crisis. This study will aim to eliminate or dramatically reduce the number of mentally ill inmates who are not treated adequately.
Who does this affect? Jail and prison staff, including but not limited to correctional officers, medical staff, caseworkers or parole officers, taxpayers, other inmates within the facility. Each of these categories deserves to have their opinions heard on the issue, with the exception of other inmates, as they cannot participate in research surveys.
Methodology. We will conduct a survey addressing issues directly related to mentally ill inmates and the treatment programs offered that assist in housing these inmates. We will conduct the same survey before implementation of programs as well as after implementation in order to compare results. The survey will be given in a proportionate stratified sampling style that will be conducted via mail or telephone, reaching 25% of correctional officers, medical staff, caseworkers and parole officers, and taxpayers. The survey will contain yes or no style questions in an effort to simplify compiling and evaluating data.
Survey questions. Are you able to recognize the signs of a mental disorder? Would you expect the standard psychiatric disorders to be respected in the correctional organization system as they are in the community? Do you think that all staff members should be equipped and trained to deal with mentally ill offenders? Should more training programs be implemented in the prison or jails? Should the staff members receive training periodically? As taxpayers, do you feel your money will beneficially in being allotted for those programs?
Data analysis. We'll conclude the research by collecting all data and running the results through a coding program, assigning an appropriation for yes and another for no. The yes answers will determine what should continue to be used and implemented in these programs. The no answers will allow us to look further into what isn't working or favored. By quantitatively displaying survey results in graphs and charts, researchers will be able to definitively determine what is working and what is not.
Conclusion. Why is this important? This study will give all concerning stakeholders the ability to voice their concerns and add their opinions and changes needed to be made. The common goal will be to find a solution that best benefits the mentally ill inmates and cuts down on recidivism rates in the prison systems. By doing so, taxpayers' money will be saved or best utilized in a manner that best serves the community and its safety.
These are our references. Thank you for our presentation, and we hope you'll take everything into consideration.